Hi, I'm Mark Noguera from Founders and Tips, and today we are with Neil Butters, founder of Kissmetrics, Crazy X, and also a blogger with Quick Crowds. Could you please, Neil, hi Neil, could you please introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, you pretty much did a good job of it. As you mentioned, I'm the co-founder of Kissmetrics and Crazy Egg. I blog on my personal blog, Quick Sprout, whenever I have some free time. But other than that, I'm just an average Joe who is a serial entrepreneur.
Mhm. Could you please explain about how was the first user acquisition you have and the strategy behind when you begin with Crazy X?
So how we first started acquiring users was we advertised on the CSS galleries and we placed banner ads because these galleries had so much traffic, but they weren't able to monetize and they had a ton of people who were interested in design. So we placed banner ads there, sent them to a squeeze page, and we collected their email address. And then when we were launching, we let them all know that we were launching.
Uh-huh. And what other why you choose this strategy? Well, you were balancing or considering other strategies. What was the main reason
When
to decide about this successful strategy?
Yeah, when we were launching, we didn't have enough money to do other strategies. We did what was the cheapest at the time.
Uh,
So now we do all form of paid advertising and content marketing and social media marketing, but we couldn't afford it all back then.
okay. And what's when you are doing consulting for new clients? What's the first steps you focus on? What's the first approach when you get a new client, a new project to get traffic acquisition?
Yeah, so I don't really do much consulting anymore, but when I used to do it, what I would do is first look at a site, find out what the lowest hanging fruit is. Was it they need more traffic or do they need to increase their conversion rates or whatever it may be? And then I would go from there. If it was traffic, I would see if it's is it paid advertising, is it their site that's not optimized for search engines, is it they don't have enough social media traffic. I would figure out what it is and I would just focus on that one part first.
Okay, then you begin with the analytic, and from there you begin to analyze each of the part. Okay,
That's correct.
and what was the more common mistake you find on companies try to acquire traffic that you find several times that people are not doing well? Do you think that it's the most common mistake?
Sure. People try to average out their marketing spend. So if one channel converts at $20 a customer and another channel converts at $40 a customer, there's like, oh, my average is 30, so I'm fine. But if a user cost is only worth $35, you shouldn't be paying $40. You can't average out your marketing. You have to look at it as each individual channel
Uh,
and do what is profitable. So you got to optimize for profit, not revenue. And people try to optimize for revenue and they combine it all and they just be like, oh, here's how much I spent, here's how much I made in total. So it's profitable. Well, no, some channels are very profitable. Some channels lose you money. The ones that lose you money, you cut them off and you just keep the profitable ones. That's how you should be operating.
uh-huh. Do you find a lot of companies that are not calculating lifetime value?
Yeah, most companies do not calculate lifetime value by far. 95, 99% of the companies I talk to do not calculate it.
Uh-huh. You usually calculate this for them.
I help them, yes. Kissmetrics does that.
Uh-huh. And and what's the balance between, because when people talk about traffic acquisition, there's always the question about the quality of this traffic. How you make to be sure that the quality of the traffic you are acquiring, it's good, of the level, it's converting well. What's you measuring or your strategy to be sure that the quality you are providing to these clients, or your own websites, are good enough in terms of quality?
Yeah, so what we do from a quality perspective is just look at it from a conversion standpoint, not from a quality, because the numbers will tell you if it's good or not.
Uh-huh. And do you focus on a specific channels? When you are looking for traffic acquisition, you're looking for
I look at all channels, no specific ones. I just go for all of them because what works for one business may not work for another, and so forth, so on.
Uh-huh. Okay. I also read in your blog that the most recommended way to make money from your customers is to get the email and collect all the emails from the users. I know that in your blogs and in your business was a basic strategy. Could you tell me us a little bit more about that and the best practice on this approach?
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in collecting emails because I found that emails convert better than cold traffic. So what I'll do is I'll offer people something like an ebook, a course, or a guide, collect the email, then put them in a 7-day drip sequence, 4-day drip sequence, whatever it may be, and then try to convert people.
Uh-huh.
I found
And
that to work extremely well.
this is extendable to other companies. It's
Can work in
for
any
more
company,
marketing companies, or could be used applied to any kind of business.
any kind of business, software, e-commerce, mobile, whatever you want to do. It can work for any company.
Uh-huh. Also, read in your blog, I read that Kissmetric blogs is achieving 60% of the traffic and 70% of the leads to Kissmetrics. That's amazing numbers. That shows that content marketing strategy is working very well. What's the evolution of these numbers, and how was the evolution to arrive to these great numbers, great success on content marketing?
Sure. The way I look at it is it was just achieved by writing great content. And then from there, just fine tuning the funnel, collecting enough emails, and dripping people.
Uh-huh. And there's a loop like collecting mails to increase contents. You measure the quality of the contents in
Yeah, the
any
way we
way.
measure quality of the content is by how many tweets it gets, comments it gets, traffic it gets. And then what we do is we just try to write more content that our users like and less of the ones that don't do well.
Mhm. You also measure the how the contents are shared on social networks, or you measure mostly of to be sure that the content is good. You measure more conversions. You measure how it's shared on or how many people read them, how many people share it. What's the balance between these KPIs?
Yeah, it's a combination of everything, right? So it's how many people read it, how many people share it, how many emails do we collect from there, how many leads do we collect from each content piece. So we track all those metrics.
Uh-huh. And content marketing strategy, it's becoming every time more important as SEO strategy is becoming more difficult. What first steps you will recommend to people, to business that wants to focus on content strategy?
Yeah, if you want to focus on content strategies, figure out what pains your potential customers have and write about solutions and help them solve it. Even if it's not related to your product, you should still do it, and that's what will make a successful content strategy.
And how you move people from reading about pains that maybe are not exactly related to your business to leads? It's
Sure.
happened.
That's when you collect emails and you offer them like free ebooks related to your product or service, and then you send them a course of like 7 or 30 emails, explaining the benefits of your product and educating them more and showing them case studies and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Okay. And what's the most usual mistake that you see in content strategy business that people are doing more often, trying to go too quickly or not doing things well?
Um, the big thing mistake that I see is their content's not detailed enough and thorough. So people will write like a 500-word blog post and expect it to do well. If you're not willing to put in the time and energy to write really good, exceptionally great blog posts, it's not going to do well.
Uh-huh. And what's the role that SEO is playing combined with the content strategy? What should be the role of SEO? I understand that's still a role behind, but
SEO is something everyone should do, and you should combine it with social media marketing and content marketing. That's how you create an effective SEO strategy these days.
uh, Okay.
Because good content gets more links and it'll have more social shares, which helps with rankings.
And how it's still important SEO combined with content strategy in percentage or in it's possible a content strategy be without SEO?
No, it's very important, and I think it will be in the future too.
Mhm. Okay. You also you are very popular blogger with quick crowd, more than 400 monthly visitors. When you build your blog, what was your personal objective with it, and what was the evolution of the blog?
Yeah, when I started building my blog, my personal objective was just drive a lot of traffic.
Uh-huh.
So, drive as much traffic as possible and, go from there. But, and educate people at the same time, just educate more and more people. And now my strategy is a bit different. Like, I don't care about driving traffic a little, like more. It's more so I want to educate more and more people and help more people out and help them succeed in life. And for me, it's just fun. It's my
Uh-huh.
version of giving back.
Uh-huh. Great. Um, how important or how important it's for new business, new say business entrepreneurs to build their own brand, personal brand on internet, as as you do with it.
Yeah, it's very important. I think without building a brand, it's harder to get customers, get speaking spots, all that. Because when you build a brand for your business and yourself, you can leverage it to get more sales for your company.
Uh, the blog helps you to build this brand.
That's correct.
Uh, and what steps do you recommend for someone who wants to build a becomes to build their own brand on business and internet?
Um, so you're saying what steps?
Yeah,
I
because
would just say speak at conferences
Mhm.
and just keep blogging on your blog or other people's blog, like guest posts, and that should help.
Uh-huh. Do you think the networking and all this going to network events, do networking, it's also effective? It's part of this strategy, or it's more relevant if I should focus on one prio, should be blogging?
I think blogging is the most effective because you can reach way more people and it's cheaper.
Okay, okay. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure to learn from you, and thank you a lot for your time and your learning.
No problem. Take care.
Okay, thank you.